Hello, thank you for joining the Prevailing Believers Network. Thank you for joining. Today, our discussion, we are going to be considering the topic, the need for strength. The need for strength is a part one of our series titled Building Spiritual Stature. So, we're going to be considering the need for strength as a preamble to the series. I think this series we are going to be having just 3 parts, part 1, 2, and 3. And our anchor scripture is the book of Judges chapter 14 verses 14. I'll quickly read the book from here. Judges 14:14. So the Bible said, out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. Let me read it again. Judges chapter 14 verse 14. Out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. Is a very popular story. We all know the man Samson now was on his way to meet his fiance's people. Of course, he met a lion, was able to defeat the lion, and that was a very popular story. So he now coined a reason now that if at all they're able to interpret the radio for him, they made an agreement, they strike a deal, and a lot of things happened. But our interest is that out of the strong came forth sweetness. Out of the strong came forth sweetness. Of course, Samson gave them an explanation, or gave to his wife rather an explanation of what this radio means. But we notice something very powerful. They said, out of the strong came forth sweetness. The story captured that when Samson killed the carcass of the lion now was down, the carcasses, and he said bees came, and they stayed there for a while, and there was honey there after a while. So what Samson was saying was that out of the strong, being the lion now, came forth sweetness. Out of the strong. But nothing before sweetness came, there was somebody that was able to pull down a stronghold called the lion. And he said, out of that stronghold came forth sweetness. Out of the strong. That if at all a believer is able to pull down anything strong enough that is on his way, there will be something. He said every situation, every hurdle in life, every obstacle emit sweetness. If at all, it's an opportunity for you to savor something sweet. That if God wants to give to a believer something sweet, what he does is that he presents obstacles, he presents what we call trials, he presents hurdles to such a believer that at such point, if a believer is able to bring down such a stronghold, that there is something called sweetness that should come out of that situation. Meaning, every obstacle is an opportunity for a believer to savor sweetness. It means part of the reason why you are still down, part of the reason why there's nothing admirable concerning your life is your inability to comfort that situation. That it is in comforting that situation that something sweet will come out of your life. That anytime at all you comfort something strong, and it takes a strong man to overcome something strong. If at all you are able to bring down that stronghold, he said there's something sweet that should come out of it. That out of the strong comes out sweetness. Out of the strong comes out sweetness. And it takes somebody strong enough to confront something strong enough. If you are able to, he said, out of the strong come forth sweetness. Out of the strong. So a believer will have to defeat something strong to get something sweet. Out of the strong come forth sweetness. Out of the strong come forth sweetness. And you see, comforting something strong demands capacity, real spiritual stature. It takes somebody strong enough to confront something strong enough. Here comes the need for strength. The need for strength. That a believer's life cannot be admirable at all until he builds real spiritual stature. The need for strength. And let me assure you, the situation you are facing is not big enough. Why the situation appears big is because you refuse to grow. You choose to remain small. He said, out of the strong comes out sweetness. The Bible was telling us in the book of Luke now. Let me read from here. Luke chapter 1 verses 80. He said, and the child grew and waxed strong in spirit and was in the desert till the day of his showing unto Israel. He is talking about John the Baptist now. That even when John the Baptist grew as a child, that when he grew, one of the things that decided when he should start ministry was that he grew one, and he waxed strong in the spirit. That John the Baptist grew, and it was in growth that he waxed strong in spirit. Now, one of the reasons how we know that a believer grew is in that he waxed strong in spirit. Talking about strength now, that it takes, in fact, God can never present you to a generation, to a people, to a territory if you remain small. That it takes strength. It takes strength. It takes men of strength. He said, before God will usher John the Baptist to the people of his generation, before God will usher John the Baptist to those people, that he has to be sure that John the Baptist grew and he waxed strong. He waxed strong. It takes men of strength for God to send. God does not send anybody until he attains strength. And the Apostle Paul always tells the church in Ephesus that they should be strong in the Lord. That's in the book of Ephesians 6 verse 10. He said, finally be strong in the Lord. This is the book of Ephesians 6. It's when Paul was giving the church in Ephesus the armor in God that made available for them to use on earth. He began to mention to them the belt of truth, the breastplate of salvation, a lot of them. He was telling them, but he said, finally be strong. Be strong in the Lord. In the book of Ephesians 6 verse 10, he said, be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord. And you see, part of the reason why he would tell them all these things, he still told them in the book of Ephesians 6 verse 13 now, I suppose. He told them, he said, all these things that I'm giving you, all this armor is so that you will be able to withstand the evil day. There's something called the evil day, and whether a believer likes it or you don't like it, there's something called the evil day. And you see, the issue of strength, whether you like it or you don't like it, there will be a time that you will be tried. There will be a time, a situation will confront you. Whether you like it, you don't like it, there's something called the evil day, and you don't pray for that one to happen. That one doesn't need your faith, of course. And you see, the Bible told us now in the book of Luke that there was an event that took place in Ramah so many years ago in Ramah, and Rachel was crying for as many that remain babies. You see, the strength you are talking about, who is a babe in the things of God, is not really, maybe let me say, just a younger person, a youth. No, sir. Who is a babe in the things of God is not a function of your age, not a function of how long you have stayed around the things of God, how long you have been going to church. Who is a babe in the things of God is measured by his weight, his real spiritual strength, his spiritual strength, his capacity. The capacity is built with God. And how we build capacity, of course, we build capacity by waiting on God, by waiting. The Bible speaking in the book of Isaiah said, they that wait upon the Lord shall be strong. That the place of waiting is this place for strength. The place of waiting is the place for strength. So the Bible told us in Ramah something happened, and as many that remain babes are the ones that the calamity caught up with them. Oh, what a terrible experience! What a bad thing it is to remain. In fact, you are victimized. It's an undoing to your destiny to remain small. And the Bible will always say in the book of Proverbs 24 verse 10 that he that faint in the place of battle. It's not because the battle is very powerful, it's not because the enemy is very powerful, but that your strength is small. The strength problem, that why believers chicken out in the front of battle, why believers fall in front of battle, is there's only one explanation to it, that their strength is small. The need for strength. And you see, a believer's strength is tested in the place of battle. Outside battle, there is no better gauge to test how strong a believer is. Most of the times when God presents an obstacle, presents what looks like an obstacle, what looks like a wall to a believer, to test how strong a believer is. If only you can remain with God and comfort that situation, if only you can remain with God and bring down that stronghold, something sweet is able to come out of your life. Something powerful, something enviable is able to come out of your family. Something powerful, something good, something sweet is able to come out of that territory. If only you can remain with God, if only you can insist to remain with God, if only you can remain with God. So I tell you, there are breakthroughs you can never see until you pull down that stronghold. There are access you can never get until you pull down that stronghold. There are destiny you can never touch until you pull down that stronghold. There are places that can never be salvaged until you pull down that stronghold. He said, out of the strong come something sweet. Out of the strong. Do you remember the man David now? You remember the man David? That David's only access to the throne was that he had to kill the man Goliath. There was a giant that God presented to David, an opportunity for him to get something sweet, an opportunity for him to arrive the throne. But you see, the obstacle there was Goliath. That before your arrival to the throne is at the mercy of killing Goliath, your ability to kill Goliath grants you access to the throne. Out of the strong come out something strong. How about the people of Israel on their way to the promised land now? The Bible told us that God had given them Canaan and they were there. God told them He had given them Canaan already. But on their way to Canaan, they noticed that there were some Anakim, there were some giants there for them to comfort. Though they have promised land to enter, but they have giants to conquer. The place filled with milk and honey was available for them to enter, but they have giants to conquer. They are entering the promised land is still at the measure of killing those giants. That only after them killing those giants will they have access to the promised land, a land filled with milk and honey. Out of the storm, comfort, sweetness.